여러분 안녕하세요. 가입'은입니다. 오늘 지금 오마하에서 아틀란타로 가는 중인데 이 미국인 친구들을 만나서 잠깐 인터뷰를 해보도록 하겠습니다. Hello guys. Could you introduce yourself like briefly?
Yeah, my name's Frankie. I'm an investor out of real estate investor out of Tennessee.
Yeah, my name is Ernesto. I also am a real estate investor. I work with him out of Tennessee.
Oh, okay. So why are you guys here?
Came to Omaha for the Berkshire meeting.
So how did you guys think about the conference?
It was fun. It was my first time. I followed Buffett for a long time, and it was nice being able to be there in person and see a lot of like-minded individuals. And, I enjoyed it.
I think it was good. These guys are still really sharp. The main reason I like to come is to meet people like you and network and meet other value investors.
There was an interesting part where someone asked about the value investing. So Charlie said, get used to the profit getting decreased, right? So the value investing is over. So I think they talked about that a little bit. So what do you guys think about that?
I don't think it's over. I think it came out of style for a while because of the low interest rates and the tech growth companies. Everybody wanted to jump into that, but it happens. It cycles. You just have to be patient.
I think it's typical Charlie. He's a funny pessimist, but you know, it's worked for him for 80 years, so or whatever, 60 years. So I don't think it's going anywhere.
I think value is going to come back to style now with the higher interest rates.
So I'd like to talk about the U.S. economy. So what do you guys think about it right now? Is it in the hard times or is it getting recovered?
In our sector, what we do every day, which is real estate, in our specific market, we haven't really seen much of a slowdown. Maybe a small correction, but still hasn't really hit us much. Again, in real estate, there's just really a lack of merchandise.
Is it only for the Tennessee or over the states?
I can only speak of my market, but from what I understand, it's in the entire country.
But the United States economy is strong. You guys think?
Yeah, we still feel like it's in my opinion, still a great place to invest.
So what do you guys think about interest rates?
I think the biggest issue with interest rates is how fast they the Fed raised them. I don't think we're seeing astronomical interest rates. They're still lower than the nation's average. But of course, you know, having had 2 years of basically negative interest rates, so low, there's an adjustment period. If they keep raising it at the rate that they've been raising it, I think that might cause an issue. But for the time being, I think it's okay.
So Ernesto, do you think the stock market rising has started, or because we saw the COVID ended last Friday by WHO, they declared the COVID is over.
Yeah.
So what do you think of the stock market?
Well, it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, nobody really knows.
Yeah.
And whoever tells you, you should run away from that person.
Oh, okay.
Because they tell you they know what's going to happen. But I think there's still a possibility that it's not over, the pain is not over. Even though we don't have COVID anymore, their interest rates just like oxygen for companies. We're already seeing a bunch of companies going under. We're seeing the banks, regional banks with a lot of exposure to commercial. But I think there's a possibility that there's more pain ahead.
I would like to talk about the U.S. and China tension going on.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about that issue? Is it threatening the dollar as a reserve currency?
I mean, I think that question was asked. And I think 찰리멍거 said, I don't believe that it was going to be threatened anytime soon. I think China and other countries have realized that having that big of exposure to the US dollar has its dangers. The way the Fed is manipulating the currency.
Yeah.
So I think they're trying to cut the US as like the middle currency and trying to transact directly their own currencies. I think that's not going to happen overnight. We're talking about decades.
Yeah, I agree. Both countries' interests. We're talking about the two world superpowers, as 찰리멍거 said.
Yeah.
And it's in both of their interests to get along. I think there's a lot of media hype as to, you know, these people are fighting, but in reality, behind the scenes, I think they're trying to work together to have a more stable commercial environment. We don't want to go to war, neither do they, and we don't want to lose money, and neither do they. I think countries are always like a child trying to see with their parent how much they can get. They do that with each other all the time. I think we still have a strong economy in the United States compared to the worldwide economy, and I don't think we're going to be an outplayer anytime soon.
So the last topic, this might be a little bit personal, but what do you guys think about the Biden administration?
You know, there's a camp in the United States that believes that he's just being propped up and that he's kind of like a mannequin of of people behind him. You know, to be fair to him, I think that he inherited a difficult time, you know, in the United States history. We're coming out of, or really not even coming out of a pandemic, a country that's super divided, and you know, they're trying to pull it together. Biased media that props them up, and that's not, you know, that's nothing new in the United States. I think they've played it, you know, the best they could.
So are you a Republican or Democrat?
I'm an independent.
Okay.
I'll say I didn't vote for Biden.
I forgot to ask about the inflation. Do you guys feel the price getting crazy?
Yeah, certainly. I will say I think that's one thing the Biden administration hasn't been very forthcoming about. You know, they said inflation was a certain rate, but you know, the everyday American was seeing a completely different rate, where they were saying at first, you know, inflation is up 5 or 6%. We were seeing on some products it was up, you know, 25, 50%. So yes, 100%. I think inflation is a reality, it's a real thing.
Well, it's getting better, right? The inflation is decreasing. You guys feel that?
I mean, when you compare to last year's numbers, year over year, it's cooling off. But compared to pre-COVID, it's way higher, you know. So the Fed has a mandate of 2% annual inflation, and I think we're about 5%.
Yeah, I think that's what they have, between 5 and 6.
So I mean, they still have a long way to go. If you wanna, I don't think it's gonna go back to 2% anytime soon, honestly. Yeah, I guess you will have to determine if 5% inflation is high or not.
So it'll be the new normal.
It might be the new normal.
We hope not.
But you guys believe America will get over with it, right?
I think so. I think this is a very entrepreneurial country, very hard.
Exactly. All right, thank you for your time.
Yes.
Though we are on the plane.
Yeah.
We're like 30,000 feet above the ground.
It's
800 miles an hour.
First interview.
Yeah, I bet it's the first time the Korean YouTuber had an interview on the sky.
Yeah.
Looking forward to
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.